Your body is controlled by your mind. So if your mind is in a thread of negativity about what you're doing, probably you should change what you're doing, or change your mind, change the way you see it.
You are listening to Turn Your Soul On Radio. I am your host and visionary doctor, Dr. Brandy Victory, and my mission is to assist high-achieving women in closing the gap between feeling unfulfilled to living a life on fire. It is time, ladies, to champion our own lives and turn ourselves on. This is Living Victoriously, ladies. This is how you turn your soul on.
Hey, soul sisters. It's Dr. B, and I am back on the mic. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And I also want to just thank you so much for your patience, allowing me the space I needed to transition into a new evolution of myself and a new evolution of this show. So you may have already noticed I did change the title to the Ultimate Biohack for Women. We'll talk a little bit about what that means. And the new artwork is on its way, and I'm so excited that I've got a new intro on its way. So you'll see all that unfolding over the next probably few weeks, I guess, hopefully. Hopefully we'll be there in a few weeks. So yeah, it's all really, really exciting stuff. And, I obviously took some time off to gather myself. So this was intentional for myself. And we're going to just talk a little bit today about what it means to live with intention. Because this is how we manifest what we want in our lives. So I'm really excited to share this story with you. And I'm just really excited to evolve with you, because we're all evolving at the same time. So you see my evolution, then you use that as your mirror, because we're just reflections of each other. So just know that your evolution is happening right before your eyes right now, even though you can't see it. You may not. Maybe you do see it happening. But if you don't, just know it is happening. All right. So it's really, really cool like that. Yeah. Everything is a reflection of everything. So, let's just kind of jump in and first of all, before I go anywhere, I just would love to invite you to give me a little feedback as this stuff unfolds, because it's really fun to hear how it's landing with the community and what you're getting out of it. So I really appreciate it. If you want to leave a review, you're welcome to do that. And you can rate it 5 stars if you feel it's worthy. I'd be grateful for that. And share it with your friends. So let's actually talk a little bit about what biohacking for a woman is. So, most women that I speak to, they don't have any idea what biohacking is, which is understandable. It's a very male-dominated industry. And but essentially, biohacking is making small incremental changes in your diet, lifestyle, and to actually make change and get like some change in your quality of health and well-being. But ultimately, the biohacking community is really looking for optimization of their wellness. So optimization of their performance, optimization of their vitality, optimization of their longevity, like all these things. So it's really fun. So, as I grew, I came from a place of being pretty sick. As you know, if you heard my backstory, I went through a lot. And back then, it was really about, how can I not be sick? How can I be balanced in my moods? How can I be less obese? How can I be less fatigued from chronic fatigue? How can I have less pain or no pain in my body from fibromyalgia? Like all these things. How can I have a thyroid that's balanced? Like that was the essence of everything I was striving for in my life, and I achieved it. But since I've achieved it, I'm like, okay, that's really good. What's next? Because it just keeps getting better. And it just keeps getting better because I'm putting intention on bettering my life. So If you want it to get better, put some intention there, okay? Whatever it is. If you want to get over a digestive issue, or if you want to improve your athletic performance, or if you want to go on a hike of 14er, and you want to get your physiology and your well-being in a place where you can do that, put your intention on it, all right? And just know also that you can't do it alone. Like you can, but certainly can happen way faster if you have support and accountability. So find a friend, find a doctor, find a nutritionist, find me, find whoever it takes to give you what you need so that you can make that happen. I certainly wouldn't be here today. I literally would not be alive if it wasn't for the doctors who came into my life and helped me get to where I am today. Like really, I absolutely know that. I would have taken myself out. I was there. I was really, really close. So, yeah, I'm really grateful for the people who have helped me through. And I just want to be a guiding light for others, just like they were for me. So I'm here for ya. Yeah. So the topic of living with intention, it just kind of rolls right into that, right? It's like, what does that really mean to live with intention? You know, every time I have a work with somebody, whether it be virtually or on the table, however, in person, I always leave before the end of the session and say, okay, so what intention would you like to hold for yourself this week? And in the beginning, when people first start working with me, not all of them, but some of them are kind of like, what does that even mean? I don't know. I want to make sure I get some work done this week. That's about the extent of their intention. And it's okay because they've never practiced living with intention. They don't even have an idea of what that even means. Of course, if we get up every day and we need to go to work and we want to, or an entrepreneur and we're not actually getting our work done, maybe that's a great intention. Maybe like just setting intention to get more work done would be great. And I also invite you to decide how it is that you would like to show up in your life. So it's not just about getting work done, or it's not just about making it through your week. It's like, how do I want to show up? How do I want to feel? What kind of vibration do I want to bring to the world? What is it that I want to intend for myself, for my own well-being, for my own balance, for my own goodness? What is it that I want to intend for my family this week? And when we set these kinds of intentions, it's not just about waking the kids up, getting them off to school, picking them up, taking them to ball practice, and coming home, feeding them dinner, make sure their homework's done, and go to bed. That's an okay life. But wow, how much juicier could it be if you intentionally held that you were going to have a deep connection with your children throughout the day? Wow, what would that feel like, right? So you could set your intention every morning if you like. I personally like to set intentions all the time. I set intentions for my birthday, like every birthday. I set intentions New Year. I set intentions on new moons. I set intentions in the morning. It's a part of my life, because the more in consciousness that I can bring to intentional living, the more dedication and focus and commitment I have to making that stuff happen. Otherwise, I don't make it happen. I don't have deep, meaningful connections with people if I don't intend it. I don't have a deep, meaningful connection with my own self if I don't intend it. And I'm telling you what, my self connection is the first thing that I tend to let go, because I help so many people and all this stuff. And what I do know, especially after this little time off I've taken, I know this. And then every time I do something like this, I get it even deeper. I'm like, oh, of course. Yes. That when I'm not connecting with myself, when I'm not intentionally connecting with myself in meditation, in journaling, in nature, then I am less capable of showing up fully for my patients. That's just the truth of it. And, maybe it's subtle. Maybe they don't notice. But who freaking cares, right? Who cares if anyone notices? I notice. I know I'm not on. I know I'm not full. I know I'm not present. I know I'm not everything I could be for my patient when I'm not. And so it's just downloading, like, even on a deeper level, how much more space that I need for myself so that I can be the absolute fullness of who I want to be in the world. Like, I need space for that. I need to give myself a time to stop the push, to stop the drive, to stop the go, to just stop. And it's so hard. Like, it's been really, really cool. Like, this last month, I know I haven't been on the podcast. I haven't been on the mic at all for a month. I haven't done an email up until like a couple of days ago. I haven't done an email for a month. I haven't written a blog. I haven't done anything. Okay. And it's been so good. It's been really, really awesome. And I was nervous about it before it all happened. But my boyfriend went out of town for just over 3 weeks. And while he was gone, I thought I would just fly out and meet him. And then things arose and I was like, this just isn't working out. I can't fly out to meet him. So I thought, wow. And I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, actually, and she was like, okay, you should just take some time off for yourself while he's gone. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do that for 3 days or something. And she's like, no, how about 5? And I was like, ooh, okay, you're really making me stretch here, but 5 days off to do nothing? Like, oh my gosh, what's that going to be like? I actually ended up taking 6. So, yeah, by accident, but the 5 for sure was calendared on my calendar. Like, I finished that conversation with her and I thought, okay, I know I have to do this because it's so uncomfortable for me to even consider doing it. This is why I have to do it, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go change it on my calendar right now. So I went to my calendar. I looked for the best 5 days while he was gone. And I took off. I told my patients I wasn't going to be available. I didn't do anything. Like, I took off, literally, like really took off. And it's a very odd thing to do for me because I don't just take off. I might take some days off to go somewhere and go on vacation or go to the hot springs or da da da. But I've never in my entire life taken 5 days off to do nothing and stay at home by myself. Like, that was, wow, that was a big stretch. So yes, of course I did it because I knew with that discomfort in my belly and my heart, was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be weird. I don't know what to do. How's my practice going to live without me being present for 5 days, And so anyway, it was wonderful. And what I ended up doing the first and second day is I was like, oh my God, clean my house, clean my car. I even painted the little rock chips on my car. All this stuff. My house is sparkling clean right now. Okay. I love it. It's so beautiful. But then after all that was done, I was like, okay, what now am I going to do? Okay, Raj, I'm ready for you to come home. I'm kind of like bored now. What am I going to do? And then I had some girlfriends come over and then they left. And then I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Oh, wow. Okay. It was like that. I was like, okay, I think I'll go take a nap. I think I'll snuggle with my cat. I think I'll read a book. And now I'm reading a book and it's just been great. And I think I'll go pull some noxious weeds out of my yard. Like pulling weeds. And I mean, just whatever I felt like doing in any given moment. Maybe I'll do some yoga and then take my mat out on my deck in front of the sun and then just do some yoga outside in the mornings and chant. And it was just amazing. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. When I finally allowed myself to drop in. And I knew I had to. I knew I had to quit calling people to go on hikes. I had to quit trying to get girls to come over. I had to like stop because this is what this was for, This was like for my well-being. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to play it 100%. Like, that's just what I do. So yeah. So it was just the most nourishing thing I've ever done for myself. So if I'm just inviting you to stretch yourself and take some time off for yourself. And if you can't be at home by yourself, then go somewhere, like go to the hot springs, go to a hotel room, go rent an Airbnb somewhere in the mountains or on the river or at a beach, and just don't have any plan for 5 days and try it out. Even if it's 3, try 3, but 5 was really good. Next time I'm probably going to try for 8 because 5 was really good. What's 8's going to be like, But yeah, you can start small if you want, but it's an invitation. It's just an invitation. And this is part of living with intention. Like for me, now I know that I need the space and I'm stepping back on the mic. I'm stepping back into the light. I'm stepping back into my workflow. And I'm also realizing, okay, the way I was doing it before, I can't do that again. Because if I do, I'm going to lose this that I have created within myself. Like I am telling you, I am in a better spot than I've ever been, probably ever, in my emotions and my mental stability, in my groundedness, in my vision, in my gumption to live life so fully. And it's so different because I'm a go-getter. So the go-do me, the one that would work till midnight every night, was coming from a different place. It was coming from a place of maybe even some lack of, maybe some fear, like, oh my gosh, I've got to get it done or else, right? And I'm not living in that place anymore. I'm realizing the world's not going to fall apart if I don't. And I want to maintain this softness, this openness, this vulnerability, this peaceful place within myself. So, that's an intention. And so in order for me to do that, I've got to make some change. So I'm hiring some more people for my team. I'm so excited. So that's happening. And so because I figure if I can't do it, then someone's got to do it. So there. So those are the changes I'm making there. When it comes to living with intention, just think about like your day. Like, what do you have going on today? Where are you headed right now? Because if you're listening to this podcast, you are probably headed somewhere because most people are in their car when they're listening to podcasts or working out or taking a walk. But just think about what else you have going on today. All right. And I want you to think about what intention you would like to set for each of those experiences. So if you have a meeting, I've got this meeting with this person to do some advertising. How do I want that to go out? Well, I would like it to feel really good. I'd like it to be a good connection. I'd like the agent to really get me and understand and my design and however it is, right? I've got to go pick my kids up from school. Okay, how do you want that to be? Do you want to just pick them up to school, put them in the back seat, let them just play with their phones and chat about whatever that you're not even hardly halfway paying attention to while you drive them to their next event? Or would you like to like really connect in with your children? And what would that look like? And what kind of change would that be for your family? Like just in that very given moment, like really deeply connecting with your child. Maybe even asking them what kind of support they need. Or if there's anything that you can do for them to make them feel loved and cherished. And see what they say. And just be with that, whatever it is, like that could be cool. Or maybe even like with your partner, same thing, what is it that I can do to support you today? And then make an intention to just to be fully present with whatever they give you, whatever answer it is. Like no agenda, no expectation, no manipulation, just real, full, heartfelt. I'm here for you. I see you. And I'm here to support you. What can I do? Right? I was, I just remember the event. I can't remember where I was at. I was somewhere. Oh. Where was I at? I was somewhere like at a party or something. Yeah. And that's what it was. I was at a party and there was a couple of women in a little group and I'm mosey of them talking to them, right? We're all talking. And then this one lady starts talking about nothing. I mean, literally talking about nothing, like nothing that mattered. I mean, like, I think she might have been a little bit awkward or uncomfortable or nervous about being in group or something. I don't know. I mean, we weren't doing anything particular, but she was just not really talking about anything that was of interest to me at all. But I realized I could walk away or I could stay. And if I stay, how is it that I want to be with this woman? And so I decided to do that because that was the harder of the two. That was the bigger stretch for me. And so the stretch was, how can I be fully present with this woman right now as she's talking about these things that are obviously important to her, right? This is obviously important to her, and it's her way of connecting. So if this is what she's wanting, how can I give that to her? And so it was a practice of being just the fullest presence that I could possibly be with this woman and absorb every single thing that she was saying, having the deepest eye contact with her so she could feel the truth in that. And it was so awesome. Like, I still didn't get it. By the end of it, it didn't change anything. I didn't get anything out of the conversation other than the practice of being fully present with her. And that was so good. It was so much. It was so big. It was so amazing to know that I have the ability to be that without judgment. And so that's intention, right? That was my intention. I prescribe a lot of supplements to my patients. Some people are on big protocols. Some people are on small protocols. It just depends on what you're working on. But with every protocol, I email a description of your protocol and each product and what it does and how it works synergistically with the other things. And I have this whole descriptor. It's about a page probably for most people. And I invite them to print it off, tape it to their cabinet door on the inside. So when they open up their cabinet door to take their supplements, they can see, oh, I'm about to take Zypan. Oh, that's to put more hydrochloric acid in my stomach so I can digest my food. Yay. Or, oh, I'm taking Livton. Oh, this is going to really help my liver. So that's intentional living, right? So if you could take your supplements and go, oh God, here we go again. Because I do have people who are like, I hate taking all these supplements. And I'm like, come on, what are you doing here then, right? Because you got to do something different. If you want change, you got to do something different. You can't keep doing what you're doing. So you can either hate it or love it, like your decision. So if you're going to live with intention, you won't go to your supplement cabinet and go, God, this is so many pills. Oh my God, I'm so tired taking all these supplements. Oh, I wonder how long she's going to keep me on this protocol. Whatever the storyline is in your head. Because the other option would be to be like, wow, I'm helping my liver. My digestive system's getting better. I'm feeling great. This is going to give me more energy. My cardiovascular system and my nervous system is working better after I take these things. And when you think about the purpose of doing the things that you're doing, they're going to have more meaning to you. And in my opinion, they're going to have more effectiveness. So, or change your mind. Change the way you see it. Don't do it if it's going to cause you angst. And then if you come like, well, I need to do it because of whatever. Well, then do it and feel excited that you're doing it because of whatever. Make that your choice. That's intentional living. We have this harmonic resonance in our body. It's a vibrational frequency, and our thoughts control it. Our thoughts can change it with every beat of our heart. Every single thought that flickers through your mind can change the way the body functions. And it does. And it's either taking you towards wellness or it's taking you away from it. So might as well intend on biohacking your life through setting your mindset to a state of positivity. And that doesn't mean you're just going to squelch all the negative comments that come up or, oh, I shouldn't think that. No. It's a vibrational resonance. It's a frequency that you're choosing to embody. And it allows you to recognize when you're thinking or doing things or saying things that are out of alignment with that vibrational resonance. So you can literally go, oh, I close, you can close your eyes. I'm going to do this with you right now. I'm going to close my eyes, take a deep breath, and I'm going to think about what it would feel like just to enhance my vibration. Maybe 10%. Oh, so I feel a lightness in my being. I feel more energy moving through my space in my body. I feel more excitement in my mind. And that's just with my mind. Like with your mind, you can think that and you can make it happen. So now you're in a better place to go out into the world and do your thing, right? Oh my goodness. Such good stuff. All right. Be an active participant, ladies, in your own life. And claim it. Claim it. This is Biohacking the Woman's Way. And I am so excited to be taking this journey with you. May you live with intention and love with the deepness of your heart. Mwah. Thank you for tuning in to Turn Your Soul On Radio. If you're finding yourself living a more inspired life because of this show, help spread the light. Share this episode with every woman you know looking to live their lives a little more on fire. I'd also be grateful if you headed over to iTunes and left a heartfelt review, which really helps the growth of the show. I'd also like to invite you to deepen your connection with our community by joining our private Facebook group, Turn Your Soul On. And if you have any other questions, feel free to shoot us an email at admin@drbrandyvictory.com. Thanks so much for being here today, and I'll talk to you next time. May your soul be turned on.
This podcast is for information purposes only. Dr. Brandy Victory is not a medical doctor, and the views and statements expressed on this podcast are not medical advice. This podcast, including Dr. Brandy Victory and the producers, disclaim responsibility from any possible adverse effects from the use of information contained herein. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. This podcast does not make any representations or warranties about guest qualifications or credibility. This podcast may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products or services. Individuals on this podcast may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to herein. If you think you have a medical problem, consult a licensed physician.